Hello and welcome back to Ace Attorney Phoenix Wright, where I've decided, even though I should go to bed, I might, because I'm nearly finished this now, I might as well just get it done. So let's go. This is the defendant lobby, right? There's no defendant. I've been trying to reach Lana all morning. Where could she be? Where's Emma? It always seems as if something's been happening behind the scenes. Edgeworth. Knowing you, you've already figured it out. Who the owner of the 777777 ID number is, that is. Well, I have a pretty strong hunch. Looks like I'm not the only one who's figured it out. You know the only reason this trial didn't reach a verdict yesterday. It's because there was still room for doubt regarding this ID record. That number does belong to who you suspect, and no doubt will remain. After all, he hasn't been officially charged with anything. True. In any event, until doubt has been removed from that list, I can call for a room. 5 minutes, right? She's preferred won't be found guilty, but she didn't do it. I figured you'd say as much. That's why I came here, to hear what you have to say. Lana's hiding something, and the only way we'll ever know the truth is to draw it out of her. The truth. Everything goes back to the SL9 incident. Don't be stupid. Today's the last day of the trial. You don't have time to reminisce about the past. That depends on you. If she's found guilty, you'll lose your only chance to find out what really happened. I'll think about it. See you in court, right? Yeah, my throat's gone. I can't do voices properly. Best. I'm not that good at the voices anyway. Court is now in session for the trial of Miss Lana Sky. The defense is ready, Your Honor. The prosecution is ready, Your Honor. Normally, this is when the prosecution puts forth his opening statement. Before that, the police chief has a proposal to make. Chief Gant. Oh, here he is. Morning, folks. How's everyone doing? Hey, Haji. Been back to the pool yet? No, I've been drowning enough as it is in my work. Oh, well, that's a good one. Don't think I could take that. If you don't mind me asking, exactly what is this proposal of yours? Lana, that is to say, the defendant, has asked me if she could speak directly to the court. She wants to do what? Having heard what she intends to say, I feel she should be granted her request. In the end, it should save everyone a lot of time and trouble. What's this all about, defendant? Just like to make one simple request and I'll be finished. Well then, what's your request? Your Honor, I'd like you to put an immediate end to this trial. I confess to all charges against me. In the underground parking lot of the prosecutor's office. No lie.
Objection!
You can't. Your Honor, the defendant's claim does not change the defence's plea. In that case, Mr. I no longer require your services. Come on. Your Honor, I hereby forfeit my right to an attorney. Prosecution may lack direct evidence against me, but it has sufficiently proven its case through testimony and circumstantial evidence. Defendant certainly has the right to self-representation. The request is legally valid, although this is an unprecedented situation. Indeed, it appears there's no further need to continue this trial, even if Mr. Wright may feel otherwise. It appears the time for the verdict has arrived. This court finds the defendant.
Objection!
One moment, Your Honor. Mr. Edgeworth. The prosecution has not yet proven the defendant guilty beyond reasonable doubt. Any ruling at this stage would certainly be premature. Come now. I understand this is a difficult time for you. So why don't you just be a good little boy and keep your mouth shut? I don't think I care for your tone, Chief Garrett. Creating another fabrication to cover up your past mistakes. Sorry that I'm no longer the naive little boy you would have me be. With this sudden confession from the defendant, it's obvious to me some kind of deal was struck behind the scenes. Some kind of deal. Not everyone approaches you, Worthy. I thought so. You're right. Prosecution would like to change its first witness. Oh, to whom? As its first witness, prosecution would like to call Miss Emma Sky. I request that court hears her testimony. Mr. Edgeworth, I am exercising my right to self-representation. I don't think we need to continue. I don't care what you think, Miss. The exposure of truth sometimes results in tragedy. However, no matter how tragic the truth may be, it would be an even greater tragedy to avert one's eyes from it. Very well, the court shall grant the prosecution's request. That's okay with you, Chief Wright. That's okay with you, right, Chief Cat? Oh, there you go. You'll live to regret this, mark my words. Miss Emma Sky, please take a stand. Now then, witness, state your name and occupation. My name is Emma Sky. My occupation, I'm Lana's little sister and I want to be a scientific investigator. 2 years ago, you encountered the serial killer Joe Dark of the Joe Dark Hall. Is this correct? Yes, I'm trying my hardest to forget about that now. I'm sorry. I'm afraid I'm going to have to ask you to recall those events one more time. Is an incident that was resolved 2 years ago really all that relevant? Yes, it most certainly is. Well, okay then. Now, please testify about what happened to you 2 years ago. It's bound to lead to the truth behind this trial. Trial, not trail. I was waiting in my sister's office that day. A man came running and took me hostage. Neil Marshall rescued me. I'll never forget what I saw in that instant. The man raised up his knife and then stabbed Mr. Marshall in the chest. It's a good time you weren't armed. I passed. I don't remember much. That's understandable. However, please tell me, Mr. Edgeworth, what does this testimony have to do with Detective Goodman's murder? That will soon become apparent, Your Honour. Oh, very well. The defence may begin its cross-examination. Oh, do I have to cross-examine her now? Okay. 2 years ago, the defendant was a detective at the police department, correct? Yes, she was second in command under then Deputy Chief of Police Garrett. Must say, she was the best detective ever. Yes, I would detective. Can't speak. Told you I can't speak. I believe they shared the same office. That's right. I'd always sit at my sister's desk. Dream about playing that organ. I wanted to play that day too. The police department and the prosecutor's office held a ceremony that day. Man. Yes, Joe Dark. He was a serial killer. Joe Dark was brought in for questioning on the day of that ceremony. We were desperate to get anything on him that would lead to an arrest. When he saw his chance, he fled the room, right? He must have been in a panic because the elevator was going up. Then he ran into Sky and Garrett's office. There was a lot of noise coming from outside, so I opened up the door to have a look. What was the prosecutor doing there? Neil Marshall had just received the King of Prosecutors Award. Young and dedicated, he went straight to the questioning room after the ceremony. I assume that would also be why he was the first to run after dark. When dark grabbed me, I thought I was as good as dead. And that's when Husky and Marshall came running in. I don't clearly remember what happened, but can you tell us about that? Mr. Marshall jumped on Dark just then the lights went out. It was just about this time of year. There was a terrible storm going on and lightning struck nearby. So the electricity went out. You shouldn't have been able to see anything, right? Right, but just then lightning flashed again outside. That sudden flash left an unforgettable image of the scene in my mind. I see. The detective? Yes, Detective Goodman, he was in charge of the case. Detective Bruce Goodman. So you spoke with Detective Goodman about this 2 years ago? Yes, that's what's so scary about this trial. You told Detective Goodman about what you saw? Yes, but at the time the words didn't come out. That's why I drew a picture. Well, Mr. Wright, I didn't know that. This picture that what you drew, I believe that's a very important meaning. But the list of evidence I was given 2 years ago didn't contain a picture. Witness, would you mind if we add your statement to your testimony? I know what to do. Mr. Edgeworth, this little girl put all her heart into drawing that picture. And yet you would insist on denying its existence. Ah. Hey, I'm not the bad guy. All I'm saying is that as the prosecutor of that case, I wasn't handed such a picture. That may well be, but that doesn't mean it doesn't exist. Behold. This is the evidence list for the SL9 incident. Please turn it over, Your Honor. Yes, what is that? Hey, that's it. That's the picture I drew. Indeed, two men appear to be wrestling here. What's the meaning of this? What are you doing with that list? Me? These lists, they're different from each other. What? It would appear, Mr. Edgeworth, that the evidence list you were handed 2 years ago was incomplete. These two lists fit together to form one. You can see the marks here where they were torn apart from each other. So you see, Mr. Edgeworth, it's quite obvious what happened 2 years ago. Only half of the evidence in the case ever reached you. Order. But Miss Sky, why did you draw your picture on the back of such an important list? Because that's what Detective Goodman handed me in the questioning room, Your Honor. Wait a minute. If this list was torn in half, then that means... Your Honor. If the evidence list was torn in half, then there might be more of the drawing on the back of Mr. Edgeworth's list. Ah yes, that's quite conceivable, Mr. Edgeworth. It's possible. Let's see. Is something wrong? Sorry, Your Honor. There is indeed something drawn on the back of my list. It's that thing. That's that thing. Clearly this act of vandalism is the work of a certain chief of detectives. Very well. Will you please testify about this picture you drew 2 years ago? Oh yes, sir, Your Honor. What's wrong with Emma? She seemed to have figured out something when she was looking at that picture. This is the picture I drew 2 years ago. flash of lightning was no good. All I could see was shadows. After that, I must have fainted. This picture shows exactly what I saw in that instant. Well, I don't see any contradictions here. This clearly shows Joe Dark about to murder prosecutor Neil Marshall. The defence may now begin its cross-examination. Edgeworth is thinking, maybe it was someone else. Did you draw the picture right after the incident? I think I drew it 2 or 3 days later. At first I was in such a state of shock that I couldn't do anything. During that time, the investigation team was reorganised. Detective Goodman was placed in charge, under the direction of Damon Denton and Lana Scott. Excuse me, witness. But can you please tell us why this picture is painted all black? So at the time you didn't even know Mr. Marshall who had come to your rescue? No, I couldn't see him clearly. The light was so bright and I was knocked to the floor. You were knocked to the floor. Dark had a tight grip, but when Mr. Marshall jumped in, I was knocked away. I turned around. And that's when the lightning flashed. Poor Emma, I'm just glad she wasn't hurt. What happened after the lightning flash? You mean you didn't see the actual murder take place? No, the flash of lightning only drove off the darkness for a split second. Not only that, the trauma of the situation understandably caused the witness to faint. Do you really need to torture this girl any further? What? Hey, I'm not the bad guy here. Anyway, this picture. Sorry for asking so many times, but are you sure you drew exactly what you saw? Of course, this is the exact scene. It wasn't influenced in any way from your talks with the detective. Are you insinuating we somehow manipulated her memory, Mr. Wright? No, of course not. I bet I'll chat we might find somewhere to cut my stuff. I drew this picture before I heard anything from the detective. So I don't think anyone's story would have influenced me. Mr. Wright, is there something that's bothering you about the picture? Huh? Oh, well. Reject. Oh, yeah. Okay. Let's present his... Was he stabbed in the back? I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but this picture, what is true, contains a blatant contradiction. But I still remember it like it was yesterday. Mr. Wright, perhaps it would be faster if you simply pointed out this contradiction for us. What part of this picture contradicts the autopsy report?
Take that!
I think... Oh, wow. Oh, I'm done. Don't mind me. This is not a knife, it's like a ruler. Contradiction, of course, lies here. Take a look at the knife the man is holding. If you look closer, you can see its tip is broken. Even I don't have to look closely to see that, Mr. Wright. Mr. Wright, look at the evidence. See, the murder weapon, its tip is broken too. If I recall, the tip of the knife was found broken off in the victim's body. It's a conclusive piece of evidence that proved Joe Dark was the murderer. I'm afraid it's not so simple. And where, pray tell, could you possibly see a problem? It's obvious, really. The victim suffered a single stab wound to the back. The victim was only stabbed once. And the murder weapon should not yet be broken. Perhaps the knife was broken beforehand. Sorry, but I'm afraid that's not possible. The tip of the knife was found inside the victim's body. It was broken beforehand, it couldn't possibly wind up there. That's right, but what does that mean? The tip of the knife was undeniably discovered within the victim's body. The only possible explanation for the witness's memory is mistaken. That's why I asked her so many times if she was sure and she remembered correctly. But there's no other way to explain this inconsistency. Not so fast, Mr. Edgeworth. There is another explanation. Have you forgotten already about a little something called falsified evidence? You're treading on thin ice, right? All I'm saying is that this broken knife tip might be the piece of evidence that was forged. You can't deny the possibility. No. Order. Are you saying the investigation really was corrupted? Your Honor, please allow me to once again go over the events that took place the day of the murder. The police department and the prosecutor's office were holding a ceremony that day. After receiving the King and Prosecutor's Award at the ceremony, Neil Marshall questioned Joe Dark along with Damon Gant. During his question, Joe Dark fled the room. Prosecutor Marshall chased after him and was killed by Drake. The dog. It is my belief that somewhere in this story there is a lie. I'm not. The man really was holding up a proof. That's true. Then there's no other way around it. This could not have been the actual murder weapon. There must have been another broken knife. What are the chances of there being two broken knives? Could there have been one? The witness insisted adamant shit about the actually of what she saw. Can't just be explained away by a simple observational error. Mr. Wright. In that instant, Emma really did see a broken knife. I assume then that you have some information about this other broken knife. If so, please feel free to enlighten us. Take a look at this here. Oh no! Oh, it's the trophy because the halberd is gone. Couldn't be, could it? If anything's broken here, it's you. Huh? I'm sure this must all be very amusing to you, Mr. Wright. But may I remind you of the fact... Oh, no, it isn't that. What? Okay, I'm on the right track. It's going to be the photo because it's there, broken there. We're all on the right track. The answer lies in the past, 2 years in the past. Right here inside this picture. This is a picture of the awards ceremony. What is it, Mr. Edgeworth? It's the broken murder weapon. Notice the award Prosecutor Marshall is holding. That's a broken knife. As we earlier concluded, the knife in the drawing was not Joe Dark's knife. That being the case, the knife the witness saw was in all likelihood from this award. Order. Neil Marshall was awarded King of Prosecutors that day. As an award, he was given this broken shield and knife. When he chased after Joe Dark, he pulled out this knife. Being a prosecutor, he did not carry a pistol. This broken knife was the only weapon he had in this dangerous situation. But that can't be. Oh, and why not, Mr. Edgeworth? Because if the King of Prosecutors award knife was the murder weapon, then the murderer and the victim would be reversed. What do you mean? I mean, the man raising the knife would have been Prosecutor Neil Marshall. Oh. That's true. What's going on here? Seems Mr. Wright has been a bit too eager to jump to conclusions. Wait, I remember now. I remember everything. Witness, Mr. Edgeworth. Could you show me your evidence list again, please? His list? The one with that picture scribbled on the back. I knew it. This picture, I'm the one who drew it. What? You drew that? That's right. The list wasn't torn in half at the time I drew this picture. All this time I've been trying so hard to forget. I must have locked this far away deep inside me. Perhaps it would be best if we added this to the witness's testimony. Would you please tell us what you've recalled, Miss Scott? When I saw the man raise his knife, I panicked and rushed towards both. I think I knocked away the man with the knife. Just then there was another flash of lightning, and that's when I saw the blue badger. He wasn't in the room, but I'm sure I saw his shadow. This is certainly most unusual.
Objection!
Try impossible. The chief of detectives hadn't even designed him until this year. That would mean he didn't even exist 2 years ago. Yes, well, the defense may now begin its cross-examination. Lord, what's the meaning of this? Please remain seated in the defendant's chair. You can't do this. I've already confessed to the crime. Please leave it. Chief Prosecutor Starr. We've already come this far. It's too late to turn back. Bailiff, please detain the defendant. I already know the answer. There's only one thing it could be. Well, when you say that man, I assume you refer to Joe Dog. Yes, at least I think it was him. You think? All I could really see was shadows. Our outrage that immediately preceded the incident is also documented in the prosecutor's office report. Why would you do something so dangerous? What else could I have done? He was about to stab Mr. Marshall. That would have just theorised. Mr. Marshall was the one holding the knife. Well, I didn't know that at the time. When that dark guy knocked me down, all I think was to help the other person. What do you mean you think? All happened so fast and I was in shock. I don't remember everything clearly. What I did, it's all kind of a blur. Miss Skye was almost killed before she was witness to a murder about to take place. So much happening in a matter of seconds, a little disorientation is only natural. I saw the man about to stab the other person who I thought was Mr. Marshall. I knew I had to stop the man with a knife. What you did was a brave young girl. Right. I know it's there. See, I even drew a picture of him here. But it was the chief of detective who thought this hideous beast. And that was just this year. Blue Badger didn't exist 2 years ago. I noticed how strange. I was surprised too when I saw him in this department. I had this nagging feeling that I'd seen him somewhere before. Or rather, his shadow. So you mean you didn't see his face with its warning smile and all? That's right, but I still remember it. He had 3 creepy horns. This is pointless. That thing couldn't have possibly existed 2 years ago. When this must be a mistake. That may well be. And what's important is what caused her to think she saw what she did. Oh, and I suppose you have an explanation. What was it Emma saw? I know what it does. I know exactly what it was. Ladies and gentlemen, it is the defensive belief that on that fateful day 2 years ago, there indeed was something that looked similar to the blue bag. Something that is now sitting in this very room. Mr. Wright. In this room? Very well, Mr. Wright. What is it that the witness saw in that instant? There it is!
Take that!
The mysterious blue badger was in fact this. But that's... what exactly is that? I believe it's some sort of gel. You're still right, that doesn't look anything like the blue badger. Indeed it doesn't, as it stands now, it's just a plain gel. However, what if we were to change our viewpoint?
Take that! Objection!
Oh, Christ.
Take that!
That it? No!
Objection!
Okay, now.
Take that!
Bollocks, I noticed that. So now what?
Take that!
Oh no! I'd say I hate shit like this one.
Take that!
What?
Objection!
Say on, this is annoying. This is going to annoy me.
Take that!
No!
Objection!
I hate this. I hate this. I wouldn't mind.
Take that!
Oh my god, this is gonna piss me off. This is gonna annoy me. This is actually gonna annoy me. No, it's...
Take that!
Ah!
Objection!
Say, this is annoying. This is annoying.
Take that!
Oh my god, fuck off, cunt. Excuse my language, it's annoying me. I knew this was gonna piss me off. Shitty badger.
Take that!
There we go, thank you. Well, is this a miracle or what? No one can possibly deny this jar's resemblance to the blue bat. No, it can't be. Order. The defense has proven its claim. The mysterious blue badge I witnessed on the day of this crime was actually this. Although we all enjoyed Mr. Wright's dramatic performance, one question remains. What's your point? What do you mean? So that badger thing was actually just a joke. That doesn't change anything. I'm afraid that's where you're wrong, Mr. Edwards. You see, that changes everything. Allow me to take these in turn. At the moment of the murder, the witness saw this jar. At a very specific angle, I might add, Mr. Wright. Yes, well, no, in this, where would you have seen this jar? The location of the jar is shown in the picture taken on the day of the crime. It's on a shelf in the office of Damon Gant. The body was found lying near Lana Sky's desk. The witness testified. Yes, and it's these two facts that reveal what actually transpired. You see, the struggle between Dark and Marshall did not take place in Lana Sky's office. It happened on the other side of the room, which is Gant's office. Are you implying the murderer moved the victim's body? Damon Gant's office to Lana Sky's? Yes. Why would he do that? There's no reason. Exactly. If there wasn't a reason, he wouldn't have gone through the trouble. The only logical conclusion is that there was a reason. Do you know what that reason was, Mr. Wright? I finally figured it out. So this is why Lana tried to stop the trial. It's too late to quit now, though. Please recall the witness's testimony. She said she knocked away the man who was holding up the knife. In the next instant, the jar was hit and flew through the air. Now tell me, what could have sent the jar flying? Ladies and gentlemen, if I enjoy your... The man was knocked in the direction of the shelf the jar was sitting on. What would he have hit? Ah, a suit of armour, holding a very sharp and dangerous-looking sword. Yes. Since the man who was knocked into the armour was carrying a broken knife, he would have had to have been Neil Marshall. No, Mr. Wright, you can't be thinking. Yes, there is another possibility of what actually transpired in that room. Of course, the perpetrator would have had no idea, but nevertheless. Don't know if we can go through with it. Mr. Wright, what's the matter? Events took place as the defense theorized, and that outcome is obvious. In that moment, assuming the man from the sky knocked away was actually Prosecutor Neil Marshall. Damn. You mean Mr. Marshall died because of me? No, that's why Lana didn't want to go through with this. Because she knew the truth. I never imagined her testimony would lead to this. So it was the witness who took the victim's life, and then proved so with her own testimony. This is unprecedented. What? What are you saying? I'm sorry, Miss Sky, but given the circumstances, Joe Dark murdered Prosecutor Marshall. How can you think it was Emma? How dare you try to pin the crime on her? Imagine that coming from you. If you recall, it was you who admitted to forging evidence 2 years ago. The reason you moved Prosecutor Marshall's body was to keep anyone else from finding out about what Emma did, wasn't it? Assure you, Mr. Edward, I have no idea what you're talking about. If you hope to have anyone believe your insane allegations, I'm afraid you're going to have truth. Tell me, do you have any conclusive evidence that proves my sister killed Neil Marshall? Evidence? Yes, it certainly would be difficult to prove this with evidence. If we don't have evidence, then we'll have to rely on testimony. Afraid that won't work in this case. Both parties involved in the incident are dead. Certainly can't get dead people to testify. This has all been a wild goose chase from the beginning. Touche, Miss Scott. Of course, that only leaves us with one possibility. What do you mean, Mr. Edgeworth? I mean the possibility that the victim has left us a message. For better or for worse, Mr. Marshall did not die instantly. He may have left behind the name of the person who took his life. In one manner or another. That's impossible. Well, Mr. Wright, it's the only possibility left to you. A message from the dead. Such a message, please. This message from the deceased is already in our possession. Mr. Wright, will you stop at nothing to prove the sister of murder? Do not be mistaken, Miss Scott. Our purpose is not to accuse Emma of any crime. There is only one thing we seek, the truth. No matter how painful it may be. Now then, Mr. Wright, please show us the piece of evidence that conveys the message from the deceased. It has to be this. This is the message from the deceased. Right, now then, this is the message from the judge. Oh, shit. Huh. I'm an idiot. I thought it was that. It's this, because that's Ryan. This is the message left by the deceased. This is that blue badge from before, right? Oh, is he going to speak the killer's name? If that thing could, I'm sure it would. Message was left here, on the surface of this jar. What do you mean? If you look closely, see a faint shrine of blood on this jar. It looks like someone wiped the blood away. Yes, but notice, for some reason, the blood on some of the fragments was not wiped away. Yes, there's a line here drawn in black. So what you're saying is these dots were once lines. Prosecutor Marshall did not die instantly. He used a few precious moments left him to leave behind a message. One that someone apparently wiped away. The blood must have seeped into the jar where the lines changed value. Precisely, all we need to do is connect these points, and the victim's message will become apparent. Mr. Wright, what kind of message did the victim leave for us? Your Honour, I believe these bloodstains will reveal to us the answer. Oh, Christ. What do you think? Who came up with this message? Yes, I thought. Oh, what the fuck? Really? Spelled it wrong, that's stupid. Fed up. Defense attorney's duty to improve their client's business. That's why all I've been thinking about is saving a life. After all my efforts, I never thought it would turn out like this. Emma, so this is the final message Prosecutor Marshall left behind. Of all people, she may not have meant it, but in the end, the one who took the victim's life was Emma Sky. I'd say I didn't warn you. Chief gasped. Do you understand the implications of what you've done? What? What are you talking about? 2 years ago, Joe Dark was sentenced to death. He was convicted because of his final murder. I believe you were the prosecutor in the case, were you not? Yes, Wormy. Because of you, an innocent man was sentenced to death. Not only that, but you used forged evidence to ensure his conviction.
Objection!
But Joe Dark really was a serial murderer. It's undeniable. I'm afraid that's not important. Didn't you know we aren't defenders of justice? We're merely keepers of the law. Sentencing a man to death is no light matter, even if there wasn't any cover-up or evidence for it. Ultimately, the responsibility falls on the prosecutor in charge. Despite what anyone may say, this fact cannot be denied. What's going on? Oh no! Damn, shit hit the fan. The grab was pounded, fell on deaf ears. Unable to stop the crowd, the judge declared a recess. Where this trial is headed, no one knows. Wow. Told you, these games, man, they make the stories so fantastic. And you never know what's going to happen from 1 minute to the next. But anyway, so thank you for watching. I will see you next time for more. Goodbye.